Hey, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor and Trader here. Very excited to announce not one, but two new Millionaire students and their brothers. It's freaking awesome. In this video, you're gonna hear me talk with them, go over their whole journey. It's not just like money being handed down to them from the sky. It took a lot of learning. It took a lot of adapting. And I want you to see what it really takes to turn a few $1,000s into 7 figures. They're not my first, second, third, fifth, 10th, 20th. They're actually like millionaire student number 45 and 46. I've lost track. There's actually closer to like 60 millionaires, but some of them don't want to be public. I have to understand that, even though I don't. But I am appreciative of every single millionaire student who joins and frankly shares their story to help pave the way for others. Because as you'll hear in this video, it didn't happen overnight for either of them, and there's trials and tribulations along the way. You need this motivation, okay? Trading is not easy. It's not a gimme. But the cool thing is, without trading, there's no way to turn a few thousand into a few million in a few years. If you stick with like the S&P 500 or value investing, like most people, you're gonna make a lousy 8 to 10% per year max. And if you have a few $1,000s, good luck trying to make a million, let alone 100,000, let alone 50,000 anytime soon. So I'm very proud of both Evan and Chris. Leave a comment below. Please congratulate them. Thank them for sharing their journey so honestly. And I want you to take notes and get inspired by their journey. You can click the link below to join my challenge, but be ready to grind. Be ready to take notes. Learn from these two millionaires right now. This is amazing. You guys both did it same day?
It's insane. I know.
Did you call your parents?
I mean, I think because we both had long positions.
Yeah, they know. Everyone
Yeah.
knows.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a
yeah.
minute. We got the
Celebrate.
scoop. Hold up.
Yeah, it's crazy. My brother caught up. Well, when we started, I was 40K ahead of him.
40K.
Are we good with internet?
Yeah. Can you hear me? My computer's like lagging.
Hold up.
Okay.
I'm going inside. I think it's because I'm outside.
Okay.
I wanted to show the nice view, but we don't need a nice view. We need an stable internet. Congratulations! $1 million! Let's go!
Woo!
How
Yeah,
does
I
it
know.
feel?
It's great. It's nice. It feels good. It took a while to get here, but we did it.
Did you wake up the next day and you're like, I'm invincible?
No.
I never feel invincible being
Yeah.
an age.
What did
Not
you
at all.
guys do to celebrate? Did you do anything to celebrate?
I went out to dinner with my fiance. Had some nice steak.
And I got
I
my
did.
favorite meal of a burger and a beer.
So you're continuing the tradition. This is like, I think Tim Gridani, I think you went to like Mellow Mushroom Pizza or something. It was some
Yeah.
mushroom pizza. I think is that what it's called? I don't know. But you
I
know,
went to Hillstone.
what?
I just went to Hillstone. I love Hillstone.
Whatever works, you know. Hold up, because Chris was saying it was on a long, so this is going to be controversial. What's going on?
No, it wasn't
No.
on long. We both have longs, and we passed a million unrealized, but we didn't realize it yet, even though it was very tempting because I have some long term.
Oh yeah, our Tesla position. Yeah, we could have we were over a million like a good couple weeks ago, but we didn't realize it.
Unrealized. But
Unrealized. Yeah.
we waited until we realized
Realized.
our
Yeah.
shorts day trading to call it out.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we
Now
could have done it
Tesla-
over Tesla. I could have sold, and it would have been the best long of my career.
It would have been the best sell actually because it
Yeah.
tanked.
Yeah.
You guys, I think that I saw both of you talking about it. Obviously, you were both here in Italy. You're thinking about it nonstop. I think that it's good that you're just over it to get it out of the way because it doesn't really
Yeah.
do anything in the long run. It's nice to say
Right.
you're over $1 million, but whether you're at 950,000 or 1,020,000 or 1,050,000, it's all gravy, right?
Yeah.
I know. It's just a mental. It just
Yeah, I
exists
don't know.
in-
It's like a badge of honor, I guess. That's what it is.
It is a badge, but I wish that you had sold
Yeah, it's a
Tesla.
badge. Yeah.
Like it's okay
Yeah.
to there's no right way to go over 1 million. Like, you know, this isn't
Right.
like if you thought Tesla was done, like sell it, you know, and you should have sold
I think it misled. I think the announcement misled some people in my life because you make this announcement on social media and they don't realize we've crossed 1 million over the years we've been trading. They think that we're millionaires or we've made.
They think you made like $1 million that day.
We've extracted 1 million from the market over our career.
I mean, look, it's just the beginning. You guys are just a few years in.
Yeah.
Who knows how many millions are out there? And you guys both know it's just one trade at a time. I mean, was it on AZTR? Was that the one that did it?
No, it was
We had like four.
that
I
was
think
one
we
of
had
them.
four tickers
Yeah,
that
there was
day.
like a bunch of plays. That was one of them. Yeah.
I can't
AZTR was
remember.
crazy. I was buying
Yeah.
that in the 4s, selling it in the 5s and the 6s. Then it went to what, like 13? Same day,
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
hour. That was an
I know.
insane squeeze in the morning. And then they did the
Yeah.
offering overnight.
I know. Yeah, we had a good positioning. We got in after the squeeze, and then we covered it closed, but then it dropped. Yeah, another $4, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, this was under 1 mil flow, right?
yeah, under 1 mil flow. We don't like to swing under 1 mil flow. It's just too scary.
We've been
So
swinging a lot, but I'm still too scared to do tiny float swings.
yeah, we've been swinging more often, which has been good
All
actually.
right.
But yeah,
Going back, just in case, because I'm recording this, we're going to inspire a lot of people. Going back to the beginning, Evan, you joined the challenge first. How much money
yeah.
did you start with? What were your thoughts?
Started with $30,000. Saw you on the Steve Harvey episode. Walking into my house actually randomly after walking in after failing the what is it, the series 66 exam. Walk in, see my dad's caretaker watching it, and then I'm like, okay, this is my guy. I'm going with him. I don't know. Sounds right. He's making sense to me. And I was like, all right, here's my money. Teach me how to trade stocks.
How did you have $30,000? What did you do?
Oh, so I had $30,000. How I started, how I had my start of my income was my grandfather made investment account for all of his grandchildren the day they were born. And then he gave us whatever he gave 10,000 to each of us when he started. And by the time we were 20, that 10 grand turned into 100. And then that all money was ours. And then that's how we had it was supposed to be for graduate school. But if you didn't go to graduate school, you could start whatever little entrepreneurial venture you wanted with it. So that's how we obtained our money to start trading.
You weren't
So
trading with 30K though. You were probably trading with you weren't
I mean, I opened my account with 30K.
to be over PDT.
Yeah, just to be over PDT. That's how I started my Cobra account that took me to where I am.
So wait, Chris, you had 30K also?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was your grandfather's, like he turned 10K into 100K over 20 years?
I used a lot of mine for school, but I still had some for day trading.
That's crazy though. So 10K into 100K over 20 years, then you guys each got some, and then it was like, let's go to work.
Right. And I used when I started trading, I probably had a total of 70 out of that 100K left. I used like 15 on a car, and the other 15 I used on I think some college stuff in apartments and whatnot. So when I started, I had 70 left, and then I took 30, and then also I had 40 left in case I failed, to try again, hopefully, or quit.
But you failed the what was it? The series 65 or 66?
The Series 66.
Okay. So you wanted to get into like finance, but you're a bad student.
I mean, no, I went to UCLA. I got it.
Yeah, but your UCLA didn't prepare you to succeed. You failed.
I guess not.
It's good that he failed.
It's good that I failed. I missed it by one question. I failed by one question.
What was the question?
I don't know. It could have been anyone.
Oh, you got to remember that. Oh,
it could have been a lot.
That question saved your life.
Yeah.
Right?
It did.
Saved my life.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, how did you get into it? Because I know Evan joined the challenge first and you didn't like it.
So we all thought you were scamming Evan. I think I was the only one in the family that never said anything though, because I hate when I try something new and people give discouragement. So even though I thought it in my head, I never actually discouraged Evan.
But your parents
Mhm.
were like, yo, smarten up, kid. Like you're getting scammed. They would be blunt about it.
My mom wanted to she would come in the office making sure I had a backup plan and having a conversation about it.
But they were being kind enough because they were
Yeah,
letting him
yeah, they were being
limit
kind. Don't
work
get me
on him.
wrong. They let me go through it. They were like, "All right, let him do it." My dad was like, "Okay," but I could read in his mind. He's like, "You don't want to be negative because I think he thinks, well, who knows? Maybe he'll be good at it." But at the same time, you can just sense the doubt.
No, I
Yeah,
mean, that's my parents. My parents gave me
but
the 12
yeah,
grand. They thought it would be a good lesson. They thought I would lose it all. So it's like
right, and
you learn
yeah,
from like, your losses and mistakes.
yeah. But it's actually, I know it's a pretty normal perspective. I mean, every parent should look at it that way. I even think to this day, you should be skeptical because it's really hard and everyone loses.
And so,
It
Chris,
depends on the teacher
you
too.
weren't negative. You were just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I just kept my mouth shut because I already saw my parents showing negativity, and I hate when they do that to me. So I had it in my head, but I wasn't saying anything.
All right, so let's go back to like month 1 through month 6. What did you do, Evan?
Oh, my first trade, I lost like $2,000 on my first trade doing so, buying a dip, and then it just kept dipping, and then I was like, wow, first trade that couldn't have gone worse.
Why did you bet so big when you always hear me say trade small?
I don't know, classic rookie mistake, just overexcited.
Because you failed the Series 66, so you're not good at following instructions.
Yeah. Whatever, I don't know.
I mean, I've been trading for 2 decades. I don't even have like $2,000 losses. Your first
Yeah,
trade, you're just like, let me go in, whatever.
I know. I immediately my 30K account goes straight to 28. I'm just like, well, that was terrible.
You go
And
all
this
in.
is when
What did you do?
I just did so. I just bought. I bought a bunch of shares, thinking, all right, it's gonna bounce here. The first trade was awful.
What
did you have
about
a
like
risk?
month 1, month 3, month 6? How did it change? Or did it change?
By that time, I probably stopped trading and said I need to study more.
And what did you study specifically?
I watched every single one of your DVDs except maybe like a couple, like I SEC filings. I tried watching that, but it was
That puts me
so
to sleep. That puts
yeah, I
everyone to
couldn't do
sleep.
it.
Everybody watching, you don't need any sleeping pills. Just watch my read. SEC
Yeah,
filings puts you to sleep like a charm. Beautiful.
yeah,
Michael Good. Shout out to him.
yeah,
Most boring guide ever, but he's a millionaire.
yeah, yeah.
So several months in, when did you join the challenge, Chris?
March of
Ooh,
2020. So
yeah.
Evan was
2 years. I've
30.
been at it for almost 2 years already. Yeah.
And what did you achieve in those 2 years?
A lot, losing a lot of money is what I achieved in those 2 years.
So you didn't make money for 2 years, and then your brother's like, all
Yeah,
right, you're losing
yeah,
money.
I
Let me
lost around
start this.
12,000 in those 2 years.
No, I didn't join until he was green. There was like he was green for maybe 3 or 4 months
Yeah,
before I joined.
I was green up 40K. My account was up 40K, recovered the 12K loss, and my account was up 40K.
Okay.
And I was like, I've got some momentum. I think I'm making real good progress here. I got patterns, I got edge, I got data. It's working. That's all that matters.
So your brother had to wait to see the reactions first.
Yeah, his first trade was me telling him, all right, just short here, hold it overnight, wake up, make money. And he literally did that and he couldn't believe it. He made like $1,000 overnight
It's crazy when it
on his
works
first
out.
trade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, what a difference between your first trade and his first trade, right?
Yeah, I know. And he was like, what? Is this real? And then that was,
What do you think,
he
Chris?
threw everything away after that.
After that first trade,
Yeah.
did you think like you're being pranked? Like obviously it was your brother, so he's not like lying to you.
No, I mean it just completely blew my mind. And I mean, it happened right around the same time as COVID was starting. So I was having trouble with the job I was having at the time. So then he made me watch. He just gave me. I just watched every DVD and I jumped right in. But it
And
was
you
Yeah,
had
I made him watch everything. Yeah.
and you had money from your grandfather too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
just sitting there in cash for years and years. It wasn't doing
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, I started with my bar mitzvah money and it was sitting in Series EE bonds. I don't know if you guys remember those. They were
No.
like, I don't know, they were old school. I think it was earning like 2% or like 3%. Like it was terrible. But, money just sitting around, you don't really know what to do. You fail the Series 66. you know, whatever gets you to start, and then you have to study, and then obviously it doesn't happen overnight. Like Evan, you know, you were trading 2 years without much success. Did it get easier? Could you tell the difference in your knowledge year two versus year one?
Yeah, when 2020 hit, I had great knowledge. Yeah,
So like, I mean, I always say you guys have like two accounts, your knowledge account and your brokerage account, and
right.
you have to grow your knowledge account enough so that it
Yeah,
like, you know, falls over and like spills over
yep,
into your brokerage account. Like even if
yeah,
you make a lot, but you don't have the knowledge, if you get lucky, you're just going to lose it because you don't have the knowledge account.
right. You gotta learn. You gotta make all those mistakes before you start making money
Chris, what was your
and
big,
learn.
big mistake in the beginning? Did you have any?
No,
I mean,
he's the first trader that never went red.
Because you're lucky because your brother made all the mistakes for you.
Yeah,
exactly. But no, still, I mean, we both were making mistakes. Even
yeah,
that entire year, we were making a lot of money. We were making a bunch of mistakes, but
yeah,
luckily, the mistakes weren't offsetting.
yeah.
Uh,
Following your system's not. It's easier
Biggest
said than
I
done.
mistake.
mean, we could have made significantly more.
Well,
What's
no,
that?
I mean, everyone always says you could make more. I mean, I probably could have made like $500 million over the years, but the
Yeah.
point
Right.
is that you try to capture what you can. But both of you, biggest loss so far. Describe it in detail, excruciating detail.
My worst.
I don't remember the ticker, but it was like 70K. I think that was my biggest loss.
You should remember
Yeah,
the
but we
ticker.
were supposed to lose 70K. Yeah.
That's what we always tell you.
So
We
That
were
was a
risking 70K at that time.
for those who don't understand, how does that work? Where you're supposed to lose that much? Can you explain that?
We
Chris,
have a
you want to?
stop loss.
Yeah.
Before we enter any trade, we know exactly we're going to get out if it goes against us, and we know how much we're risking.
And you guys were risking losing an annual
Yeah.
salary.
So we
Yeah.
followed the system correctly. Yeah, we were trading much bigger size back then.
But this was right after a 100K day, I remember. I
Yeah.
literally had my first or second, I've only had 200K days. It was one of them. And the next day I lost 70K. So,
Right.
you know.
Those.
What is it about big gains? Because like recently, I don't know if you're following, like Jack Kellogg had a $500,000 day, and then he
Jeez.
lost 500,000. He got too cocky, wanted the million, and then he ended
Yeah.
up with like actually negative 70,000. Just in the last week, he made 350,000. I was like, okay, you learned from the last $500,000 day, like don't go big. He still kept trading, and then he lost like half of it, and he's sad because like his $350,000 gain is now like 175,000 on the week. But I'm like, hey, at least you didn't lose it all like last time. What is it about these big gains that like makes you want to keep betting big? You want to push it? Is that what that is?
Well, it's actually built into our system that when we win, we risk more the next trade. So it's systematically built into how we trade. I think there's also something about the flow of the market that, you know, when you have some really good trades, I mean, you're just waiting for a loss, but we never know what's going to come. So
Yeah.
it's predict.
Like right now, I feel like short sellers, everyone's making too much money shorting. I feel like it's peaky for you. We're due for some shorts to get real squeezed soon.
I mean, look, I'm having a $50,000 month on the long side, which is big for
Yeah,
me.
even the long side.
And
Yeah.
it's
I hear
like
it seems like
there's so many opportunities. We're filming this in July of 2024.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be enjoying Italy. I can't even go out. Like you guys were here in Italy every day. There's so many trades. We're like conflicted because we want to go out and live, but then there's awesome trades. You know, Chris, you made
Yeah.
what? I think you made like 25,000 while you were here.
I think so that week.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
screwed up when I was there. I should have made 25,000. I don't know what I was doing.
you were eating a lot of pasta, and to my recollection, you were also drinking a lot of drinks.
He was also just subconsciously being a very good brother and letting me catch up so we can cross the same day.
It's kind of beautiful. It's like a marathon
Yeah.
runner, like helping like a limping marathon runner. And
Yeah.
I got you. And it's like slow motion past the finish line. And it's like,
Yeah.
evangelist chariots of fire. Dun, 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 dun. You guys look like the camera zooms in on your eyes and it's like, I love you, brother. It's like, I love you too, man. Let's do this together. And then it's a slow motion zoom in on the hands. And you like grab each other's hands. The sweat is like bursting out. You hug and you cross the finish line, right?
That's what it was. Yeah,
Chris is
we were on
actually
the
the
phone.
videographer. Chris, I think you should do a video. You should reenact the moment that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris kept saying he tried to get us to cover early. I was like, no, we're playing the system. We're making more. And we made
I wanted
more.
to cover right when we crossed the mill, but then we
Yeah.
didn't cover and we got to like a mill and
Yeah, we
20.
blew past it by holding. Yeah.
I mean, look, this is what I want everyone to take away from this. Like hitting 1 million is awesome. You know, you guys both completed the millionaire challenge, but then it's just one trade at a time. And even before 1 million, it's one trade at a time. It's not like, you know, your goal shouldn't be to make $1,000 a day or like $5,000 in a week. Your goal should be to take it one trade at a time and maximize those trades. And then you let your profits or losses end up whatever they will be. And then you adapt
Yeah.
from that. I don't want people setting these targets. I know that it's good to set big goals, but if you focus on trying to hit those monetary goals, it takes you away from your plan, it takes you away from your trade, and there's no reason. Like I know it's for a good cause, but do you guys agree that you should focus on the trade and then look at your profit and loss after?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
what I did at the end. I was like, I kind of part of me wanted to cover. I was like, you know what? I played the system accordingly and followed the rules. I shouldn't stop just because I crossed 1 million.
And
That was
I'm
my
proud
thought
of you.
process.
You know, this isn't
Yeah.
like tape painting, like in mutual funds and hedge funds, their goal is to hit specific numbers month end, quarter
Yeah.
end, because that's how they get their bonuses. We're just trading our own money, right? Like you guys aren't
Right.
trading anybody else's money. You don't need to like tape paint and there's no like, you know, bonus at the end. It's just trying to maximize the opportunity,
Right.
right? So, you know,
Yep.
that's what it feels like. Anyways, I wanted to ask some questions. I hope you guys
Mhm.
don't mind.
Mhm.
Just for the record, how many years did it take to cross 1 million?
It took me 6 years, 3 months, and 10 days.
Damn, dude, that's like the movie Castaway.
But like the first 2 years were nothing but losing money. So
But losing
2020 really,
losing small amounts though. Like it's not just like you blew
yeah,
up, right? So let's
right,
be clear about
right,
that.
right.
And
Yeah,
Chris,
I lost 12,000 in the first two
how
years.
long did it take you,
Well,
Chris?
plus like education.
Four
So
years
20.
and 4 months.
Mhm.
And now
4 or 5
you
months.
guys both have the process. You're both young guys. Like it was awesome,
Yeah.
Chris, meeting your wife, and Evan, I'm going to your wedding in what, 3, 4 months?
Woo! Yeah, about 4.5.
Let's go. I'm pumped.
It's
I'm ready,
it's gonna be
man.
awesome. Have you been
Don't
to Boracay?
I have. They
No.
they used to do like these sand sculptures and they could like make your name in sand, and I like jumped in it, and the guy was pissed because I like ruined
Oh,
the art, but it was worth it.
cool.
Let me ask a few questions because I'm sorry, it's been a crazy day. I wanted to just document this. But I gave a challenge webinar last night, and the other challenge students had some questions for you guys. This is from Lawrence. When did everything start gelling? How long were you guys in limbo mode, not being profitable? Obviously, this applies more to Evan.
Yeah, 2 years. Like a year and 8 months, I guess you could say. A year
Did
and
you
eight
ever
months.
did you ever think about quitting or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Just after just defeat, after a year of just defeat and losing. Sorry, after a year and 8 months, you go through it. Um, and I mean, part of me was like, I knew I was never gonna stop on the inside. I was like, I'm not gonna fail. That wasn't an
You're an
option.
addict or you're a challenge?
It was I mean, I love this.
I'm
I was like,
never
look,
gonna
people are.
stop. I'm
I'm
not
not.
leaving. I'm not
I'm not.
freaking leaving.
I was like, my whole thought was people are doing this. I'm watching them. I see Huddy in the chat. I see Tim. I see Gritani. I see Roland in the chat. Even Dux was in the chat at that time. And
When
I'm
you
like,
see other millionaires doing it, you're like,
yeah,
I can do
I
this
can
too.
do it too. And that was I was like, I'm not going to quit. But yes, of course, there was days where like it just sucks. I lost again. I can't get it right. Maybe I should stop. Those thoughts go through your head. But you wake up, get a good sleep, and you're back at it, and you keep trying.
Were your losses getting smaller? Like, was your win rate going up? Was there
Yeah,
any signs of improvement?
yeah, size down more, losses got smaller. Um, and really I was just concentrating in the knowledge account and working on my data.
And you
Um,
started seeing, like, okay, even if you lose, maybe you see what you did wrong and it's like correctable.
uh, Yeah, I mean, I would just focus all my entries and exits most off data. Um, and then yeah, so but I also had a part discretion a lot. I used a lot more discretion in my early career. I would short warrior trading a lot. Ross, that was a big edge in 2020. I don't know if it's still that good anymore, but it was huge in 2020. Like it had a high win rate shorting Ross.
I'm
Um,
grateful for all short sellers. I'm grateful for all chat rooms. Whoever creates opportunities, gratitude. It is the
yeah.
gratitude attitude, right?
Uh-huh. And so I did a lot of that, and but sometimes I would get caught off guard. So yeah, I would always tweak things, but switching to more and more data and a system approach was what really helped take me off the most.
And
He
then
was
Chris,
tracking everything by hand at that
Yeah,
time.
oh,
He
really?
was
pen and paper. I didn't even do Excel. I
he
would
didn't
take
even
hours, Tim. I still have all my papers. I saved them.
Yo,
Uh,
take a picture of those
yeah.
papers and tweet it at me. That's
okay.
crazy.
And
That's
when
like
when
stuff
I
like,
joined, he got me to do it by pen and paper too. And then after a couple of months, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
why?
Chris.
Was it for your
I wasn't
birthday and you like had a box and it's like Excel and it's like, ah,
I wasn't tech savvy. I didn't even use Excel. I did Chris showed me how to use Excel.
you like
I
you
didn't know
do,
how. I just watched YouTube
you
videos.
do the
Yeah.
little formulas and you're like, oh my God, it
Yeah.
adds.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing because he tracked it by hand, we couldn't do anything complicated. So the first
Yeah.
system
Was the
was
most
so barbarically basic, but I think
you
that actually was a very good lesson and taught us a lot
yeah.
about how to strategize.
I don't even mind telling it. I want to make a YouTube video about it, just sharing people what made me money in 2020 because it was so simple. I
Do it.
kid you not, Tim. I shorted every gapper, 40% of above, under 500 mil market cap. That's it. And then I used a $4 risk. So if I shorted the open at 2, and I'd short the open every time. And if it was 2, I wouldn't cover it unless it broke 6. And if the short open was at 6, I wouldn't cover unless it hit 10. A $4 risk all year, and I made three hundred and
And the only
ninety-three
reason
thousand
he saw
dollars.
that, the only reason he
That's
saw
all I
that
did.
wasn't because he did a calculator. He just looked at his data and he looked at, the open price and the close price, and he just saw mentally they don't really go past 4 too often.
Ever. And there's like I had an 80% win rate doing that. And we just did it all year. And
We
it just
we
happened
made
to
we
be
both made 300K that first year doing
that's
this.
all we did. Every day I'd short like 5 tickers at the open. Just short, 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 short,
I
short.
mean,
And
I would just
I
buy Panics every day at the open
yeah,
and I had like an 80% win rate. Simple
yeah,
doesn't necessarily mean bad. Sometimes simple means
Yeah.
powerful and actually amazing. And people overcomplicate it. They're like, no, it can't be this simple. Like, I was at my first profitable strategy was just buying companies that added .com to their name. They added the .com to the name. They put out a press release, I would buy. The stock would
yeah,
triple. I would sell too soon. I would lock in my 30%. Like, and
Yeah.
now then it was like .ai to their name, and then it was Chat GPT. So it's like simple doesn't necessarily mean bad, but it doesn't always last. If you try to do that now,
yeah.
what happens?
Yeah.
No,
I don't
it's
even
true.
short the open anymore.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
look, it's about adapting. Lawrence, good question. Oh, Chris, like, were you ever not profitable in limbo, or were you just like, yo, I'm riding on my brother's coattails?
No, it was great until 2022, and then that was a red year. But no, I my first trade was green. I never did below my initial investment. So
Okay, well, let's talk about 2022 then, because you're riding on your
Yeah.
brother's coattails. What happened in 2022?
we had a
Our
very
patterns
bad
fell apart.
we tried to get too fancy. We tried to get too smart. I genuinely believe we
Yeah, we tried.
overcomplicated strategies. We had too
Yeah.
many criteria,
We
and then
overfitted.
we
We
had to
overfitted.
remind
Yeah.
ourselves to be as dumb as we were in 2020. That's the philosophy: be as dumb as possible.
KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right?
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
exactly.
how much did you guys lose in 2022?
I lost 160K.
Yeah. I lost 70.
The average trader lost 40% of their account, FYI, in 2022. It
Yeah.
was a rough year. I was just happy to be green. I was only green by like 100 grand. Like that was a rough
Yeah.
year. And it made
Mhm.
you better. You learn what not to do. And I think it's good for people to hear about this, that like not every day, every week, every month, or even every year is going to be green. It's the journey as a whole. In that down year, or if you have a down month or a down week, it makes you better. So you learn what not to do and you see, what goes wrong, and then you can correct it. Sometimes you need that loss. Do you guys think that you needed 2022 to get to 2023 and 2024 to get to the next level?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we wouldn't be I mean, I think we're both having record years this year, and we
Yeah,
wouldn't be there if
we're
we
having a
didn't
great year.
how to strategize.
And you're taking the lessons from the losses. So like it's like a video game. Sometimes you have to go, or not even a video game, a board game, right? Like sometimes you have to go 3 steps forward, 1 step back, and then the 1 step back allows you to go like 6 steps forward in the long run, right? Like if you don't have those lessons and you're trading bigger, forget about just losing, like 70 grand or 160 grand. What if you don't have those lessons? Like myself, I didn't have risk management. I was up every year for 8 years. Year 8, I lost like $1 million because I didn't have
Uh,
any of those losses. So it's better
uh,
to have those losses and the lessons early in your career when you're trading smaller.
Yeah.
right.
Or I mean, it's going to happen eventually, and then it'll happen even bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. Look at that. I haven't even upgraded, but it's fine anyways because I have to go to dinner. One question from Pyre. What was most important to your success?
Following your rules as best as possible. That's it. You got to make rules for yourself, and you can't ever break them. Sorry, this cat is getting.
Okay. What about you, Chris? Or
You?
Evan? Evan.
That question is the best rules. What is it? What's the question one more time?
Most important to your success?
Uh, keep going. Don't
Also,
just keep
I think we
going.
both
Not
do the
not giving
same.
up. The market will kill you and make you want to give up. So just build that knowledge account before you lose all your money because you need to make all those mistakes first.
You're gonna say,
Before you
Chris?
start. Yeah.
It's also another really good thing that we've learned. It's really good to work with other people if you can, because
Oh,
neither of us would
yeah.
be making as much money as we are if it wasn't for each other and even
Yeah.
another partner we have.
I can't
So
express that actually. I agree. Number one thing, if get a team. You need a team. Teamwork. Find a
Teamwork
team,
makes the
like-minded
dream work.
individuals, make friends. You need a solid, small niche team to share your data, edges, everything with, to have eyes on everything, to have fresh perspectives, that throw ideas out, challenge ideas. You need a team. I can't say I would be here without my team. Yeah.
Agreed. Question from Krabs in the chat. Did you guys have any aha moments that changed you?
Um, aha moments. Yeah, data. When I was seeing the data on paper, seeing my trades on paper successfully working before I put them in the market. So you define all your entries and exits before you show up that day. So if the stock does exactly this, you have defined entries and exits, and seeing that on paper, what it looks like if you take these same exact trades every time it shows up all year, what your profits will look out by the end of the year, and seeing what it can turn into on paper first gives me more confidence to see it real life work in the market.
Nice. Good answer. What do you think, Chris?
I had a big one recently that was I realized that trading smaller size could actually make me more money.
How
Uh,
crazy is that?
Yeah,
How
it's
insane
true.
is that?
Yeah.
Why
And
is that? Why do you think?
it's when you're a system trader, it's just a factor of slippage, which is one of the hardest things to keep track of and analyze. And I just started messing around and was thinking about different things, and I started increasing the amount of slippage I might possibly be having. And as the slippage increases, it can get to a point to where I will actually make less money, risking a larger percentage of my account. It was just a big recent aha moment. So I've actually lowered the percentage of my bankroll that I risk per trade, um, and I'm making
Yeah.
more. So
Yeah,
it
we
could.
both lowered our Kelly. We used to risk like 20% of our counts on a
I was
single
risking
trade.
33. I was risking 1/3 of my account per trade at one
La la
point.
la
Yeah,
la
last
la
year.
la la la. I don't hear that. Why? Did you like
I
the
don't know. We both sized down now that we hit a mill. It feels great. I took money out. I sized down. It feels fantastic.
Nice. Question from Red Jr. What's your biggest obstacle that you overcame while studying and trading?
Um, the beginning, the beginning, it's just you're looking, it's just such a mess. There's so much information. You like Tim's giving commentary on a stock, and you're probably just sitting there. What the hell is he talking about? You gotta learn. You gotta go through all the DVDs, learn the language, study everything. Uh, watch trading tickers. That one's a great one for a lot of
What
people.
about the webinars? You guys like the webinars?
Yes, webinars. I always go watch all the webinars. I got yelled at by Tim for a whole year, at least minimum, before I would decide to not show up every time.
If I knew that you were risking a third of your account, I would yell at you more.
Yeah.
What was your biggest obstacle, Chris?
Yeah. I didn't miss a single webinar for the first year and a half, I'd say. I didn't miss a single one. Yeah.
Nice. What about you,
No, I
Chris?
mean, the biggest obstacle for me is just ongoing strategizing. It's like, I never feel like I'm at rest because I always need to come up with new strategies because you never know when things will change. And
Yeah.
it's just it's constant job.
So you're always
When-
testing new data, new strategies, new
Always,
ideas.
man. That's
Yeah.
the majority of my work. It's not trading. The trading is sort of the simpler part. It's just always trying to come up with new strategies.
I'll leave everybody with a few words. I think that they really apply with you guys. A big problem that I see people having is they think like they don't succeed right away. So they're like, oh, I suck at trading, or the market sucks, or like it's just too hard because they expect instant success. And so what I want people to remember, and if you guys are watching this video, leave a comment below this video. I want you to survive your learning curve. 4 words, okay? Say, I will survive my learning curve, because it's not that you suck at trading. It's not that trading is so hard. Not every year is the same. This isn't an exact science. You have to learn to take a piece of the pie. You have to be okay with taking losses, small losses. You have to be okay with being wrong. You have to be okay with everything. And then once you're okay with it, you find your little niche. You find what works for you. Maybe it's trading smaller. Maybe it's going long. Maybe it's going short. Maybe it's trading pre-market. These guys, while they were here in Italy, they're like, got to be here for the 4 a.m. Eastern Open. Like 4 a.m. Eastern is 10 a.m. here in Italy. So they were like, got to be here at 10 a.m. Eastern every day. And I think they were most of the days. But that was all through a lot of adaptation and learning, right? And
Right.
if you don't learn, if you're not open-minded to learning, if you're not open-minded to losing in the beginning, you're going to be really disappointed. If you think that you're going to win all the time, if you think that you're going to just get to $1 million overnight, it doesn't happen like that. Do you guys agree?
Right. Absolutely.
Right? Anyways, I got to get to dinner. I have like 17 people here. It's another, you guys
Where are you
eating?
going tonight?
We had 12, Taverna de Leon. The one with all the pizzas. It's like a little outside town. I don't know.
Is that the one with the calzone?
Yes, you remember the calzone.
Yeah.
So
That was good.
we got 17 people. It's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be awesome.
When you guys were here, I think it was like 12 people. So
Right.
that was crazy enough. But final thoughts. What do you guys think? How has this changed your life? What are you gonna do now? Are you going to Disney World?
My life's completely changed. I travel the world now. It's fantastic. It's awesome. I kind of just, yeah. I mean, everything's changed. I have money to do things now.
Beautiful. Chris?
I'm moving to Puerto Rico next year. We are, my wife and I.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that off camera. I think that's a mistake. But the world is huge. You can go anywhere. And even if
Right.
you live in a country and let's say it's great, that's cool. Let's say it's not. You now have the financial freedom
Yeah.
to go anywhere else. Most people, they would love to try
Exactly.
different places, but they're in the rat race. So they don't
That's
have,
what I'd say the most important thing is what this has done. It's the freedom, the escape of having to be stuck at a job, a boss, just the freedom to do what you want, escaping the matrix. That's that's what it does.
I love it, guys. Keep up the good work. I'll see you both, or I'll see you in LA, Evan, right? Chris, you can't make
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Another time. Chris, I'll see you in Tokyo.
Yes, exactly.
I like it, but congratulations. Seriously, I'm so proud of you guys. You know that this is not the end. This is just a nice little notch on your belt. And, let's see what more you guys can accomplish over the coming years. I'm excited. And I still think, Chris, you should film the moment that you cross $1 million. Do some abstract video, however you see it, but like film it. Be like, this is what it feels like to cross $1 million. That would be a cool video. I'd like to see that.
He did with the laptop in his butt. That's what it felt like.
Something that's like child friendly. We got a lot of young
No,
people.
I gotta Evan and I gotta make one together next time I'm in LA.
That's what I'm saying. We got a lot of like young people. They need inspo. You guys are real. You're humble. You're awesome. You got, great people in your lives, and it's an honor to have you in my life too. So thank you again.
Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Have a good night, guys, or day
too.
wherever you are.
Enjoy
Cheers.
your dinner.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Congrats
Bye.
again. Wow, how amazing was that? How raw was that? Like they both shared their whole journeys, the ups, the downs, everything in between. And I'm both, so proud of them and their whole situation, because it's not just about the money. If you listen to their lessons, it's about the process. It's the knowledge. They're both self-sufficient. So even though they crossed over $1 million, it doesn't really matter whether they're at the million or 900,000. It's all little steps along the way. And now they have the knowledge, they have the process, and both of them have a system that they have now put in place and optimized over time. So that's going to take them to the next level. 1.5 million, 2 million, 2.5 million, one good trade at a time, sometimes losses. But this is the journey. This is what it's like to be real in an industry full of fakes. Nobody else has this many millionaires. I'm so proud of them. Again, leave a comment below. Congratulate both Chris and Evan. I'm sorry to Chris and Evan's parents for, not being the scam that they thought I was in the beginning, but I'm really proud to be real. Trading has changed my life. I wanted to change your life. Obviously, it's changed Chris and Evan's lives. Really excited to go to Evan's wedding in a few months in the Philippines. I'm really excited for him and his fiance and just every new student. Not every student becomes a millionaire, especially overnight, but I do want to show you that it can happen to anybody if you study enough, if you're dedicated enough, if you're patient enough. So let's see what you got. Click the link below, apply for my challenge. If you're a hard worker, if you're lazy, get off my page. I don't want to see you.